Toyota makes some of the most reliable vehicles on the planet, but here's the thing. Most Toyota owners will never see 300,000 miles, not because the engine can't make it that far, but because they accidentally shorten the life of the vehicle by ignoring a few simple maintenance items that become expensive problems later. I went ahead and bought this RAV4 with the intention of keeping it for a very long time, so I started researching what Toyota owners with 250,000 miles, 300,000 miles, and even 400,000 miles all seem to do differently. Here are the 8 things I'm doing to help this Toyota run like new for as long as possible. Number 1 will be cleaning the MAF sensor. This tiny sensor sits near the air filter box and measures how much air is entering the engine. The computer pretty much uses that information to determine how much fuel to inject. Over time, dust and oil vapor can build up on the sensor and affect its readings. And when that happens, you can experience sluggish acceleration, reduced fuel economy, and inconsistent drivability. A quick cleaning around every 50,000 miles is cheap insurance. Number 2 would have to be cleaning the throttle body. Modern Toyota engines slowly collect carbon and oil residue around the throttle plate. As that buildup increases, airflow at idle becomes less consistent. The result is oftentimes rough idle, vibration at stoplights, or inconsistent engine behavior. Cleaning the throttle body helps restore smooth airflow and keeps the engine running the way it's designed to. Number 3 is going to be using quality fuel. And when I say quality fuel, I'm not saying the 93 or the premium gas. One of the biggest misconceptions in the automotive world is that higher octane automatically means better fuel. For most Toyotas like this RAV4, regular 87 octane is exactly what the engine was designed to run. What matters more is using top tier fuel brands that contain stronger detergent packages to help keep fuel injectors cleaner over time. Some good examples would be brands like Chevron, Costco, stuff like that. I personally have a Wawa right next to me, so I just use that. I also like to run a quality fuel system cleaner here and there just as preventative maintenance. Number 4 will definitely be replacing the PCV valve before it becomes a problem. Most drivers never really think about the PCV valve. I know I didn't when I had a Chevy Cruze, and that was unfortunately around a $600 to $800 repair. Because this small part plays a pretty big role in controlling the crankcase pressure and oil vapor circulation. When it begins sticking or failing, it can contribute to sludge buildup, increased oil consumption, and excess oil entering the intake system. The part is actually pretty cheap, and replacing it every 60,000 to 80,000 miles can help prevent much bigger problems later. Unfortunately, it does take a few steps to get to the PCV valve, but it is 100% worth it. Number 5 is going to be replacing the spark plugs earlier than necessary. Now, it's a pretty easy process, and many Toyota spark plugs are rated to last a very long time, but waiting until the performance drops isn't always the best strategy. Because as the spark plugs are starting to wear, fuel economy and combustion efficiency slowly decline. Most people won't even notice it because it happens gradually. When it comes time to replace them, stick with the regular OEM quality Denso or NGK Iridium plugs. Toyota engines tend to perform best with the components they were designed around. Number 6, and probably one of the most debated topic on the list, would be shortening the oil change intervals. Toyota's maintenance schedule allows oil changes as far apart as 10,000 miles under certain conditions. Don't get me wrong, the engine can survive that, but if your goal is to maximize longevity and keeping the vehicle beyond 200,000 miles, many experienced mechanics recommend changing the oil more frequently. Personally, I prefer the 5,000 mile rule because oil doesn't just lubricate the engine, it also carries away the contaminants and it helps prevent sludge and deposit buildup over time. Number 7 would be checking up on the engine air filter and pretty much just not neglecting it. This is one of the most simplest maintenance items on the entire vehicle. A dirty air filter restricts airflow and can reduce efficiency over time, so inspecting it regularly and replacing it when necessary is one of the easiest ways to help your engine breathe properly. It's obviously pretty cheap and it only takes a few minutes, so there's really no downside. Last but not least will be number 8, and it's not believing in lifetime fluids. You're probably like, what am I talking about? But you'll often hear transmission fluid described as lifetime fluid. The reality is that friction and contamination still affect every fluid in the vehicle. Many Toyota owners who reach extremely high mileage perform transmission drain and fill services every 60 to 80,000 miles and replace coolant according to the long-term maintenance schedule. The goal isn't fixing problems, it's preventing them before they happen. At the end of the day, none of those things are flashy, none of them add horsepower, and none of them are going to impress anyone on social media. But these are exactly the kind of habits that separate a Toyota that makes it to 120,000 miles from one that makes it to 300,000 miles. Because the secret isn't a miracle product, it's doing the simple things consistently for a very long time, and that's exactly what I plan on doing with this RAV4.